Shell, the oil, IBM, and McDonald's, Hamburger University. For example, at Shell Oil, they must teach people how to drill the oil. They have to teach them all kinds of special skills about oil, finding oil, and transporting the oil. So very specialized skills. So their focus is teaching engineers. They graduate from university. Maybe they have a degree in engineering, but they know nothing about an oil thing in the ocean. And how do I work on this oil drilling platform in the ocean? So they have to teach them how to do this. What are the skills that you need to work on this particular platform? For IBM, it's really a lot of their focus is on skills like how to be a good salesperson. They have excellent sales training, so that you can sell IBM products better, and you can sell IBM services better. And for McDonald's, they have this big university near Chicago in the United States, and if you are the manager or the owner of a McDonald's restaurant, you must come to this university. And you must learn how to make all the food, how to clean everything, how to do customer service. They teach everything. And you must go, or they will not let you be the manager or the owner of this restaurant. And it's very focused on the McDonald's way. So no PowerPoint classes, no public speaking classes, very focused on how do you make a sandwich, okay? How do you cook this food, how do you clean the counter, okay? And when the customer comes, what do you say? So this is the training that they really give them. It's very specific to the McDonald's. Nothing you would learn any other place, only at McDonald's here. And you must go, or you can't work at McDonald's. So it's a requirement to work there. And they spend a lot of money on this. And in fact, if you buy a McDonald's store, you must pay the tuition to go. They do not pay it for you. You must pay for this to go to this university. So the IBM has a very clear approach to how they do this. Okay? So they have what they call roadmaps. And they lay out the professions and the skills, and they're all defined and laid out. So as an employee, you can look and say, if you're a salesperson or you're an engineer, here is my whole plan, how I'm going to go through my career. You must understand the business objectives of your organization, your employee. So the first thing they do is they teach everyone, this is what we do in this part of my business. This is our business objective. This is our target, sales targets, and so forth. So every employee really understands what they're supposed to be doing. Then we have to find what are the critical skills that you need in order to be an effective engineer, let's say, or salesperson. And they have the competencies and skills are carefully analyzed. And this is the area where there's a lot of competency analysis and skill analysis. Well, what do you need to do this job effectively? And then they measure your gap with your skill. So they have all kinds of assessment programs where they can test you and assess you and see, here's the area that you have the need to learn. So they don't give everybody the same training. In fact, most of this training is e-learning. You go on your own. But once you assess yourself and you say, okay, I'm good at this, but I'm not good at this, so this is the program that you go and you study that particular aspect of that particular disease. And then there's an investment decision. This is what I really think is powerful. So the manager and you sit down and say, is it worth it to invest money in training you for this? Okay. Is it worth it to IBM? So if I spend $5,000 to train you, what will IBM get from that? And they do an analysis of this for each person. And then they put together a resource plan. In other words, how much money or how much resources will they provide to the employee. So this is a business-focused process. This isn't just because it's good or it's nice, but this is focused on what is the result for IBM. What's IBM going to get out of this? So this is a really interesting thing where they have this investment to get a learning portfolio. Now, this is not a training program. This is a discussion that you have with someone in the training function about how will you close the gap. What are you going to do to learn whatever it is that you need to learn? Maybe you will take a class. Maybe I'm just going to go and talk to her for an hour or two and learn from her. Maybe I'm going to get on new e-learning. Maybe I'm going to read a book. It can be any whole different things that you have a conversation with your someone in the learning center, and they help you to develop this plan, learning plan. And you can call it a learning portfolio, but it may be classroom, e-learning, coaching, mentoring, many different things. And it's usually a mix of different things that you put together. And then you have the various activities, the development activities, and then there's another assessment. They call it the gap closure measurement. In other words, do I close the gap? Have I learned the thing that I was supposed to learn or not? And if not, I can continue the cycle. So this, I think, is a really clear process. And if you're an employee, it's easy to understand what you have to do. And the Learning Center knows exactly what they have to provide for the employees. But there's not a catalog of courses or anything like that. This is more customized to each person. And if we talk about, like what I said this morning about Gen Y, the young people, this is exactly what they want. This is really designed at younger people too, because they don't want you to tell them what to do. They want some flexibility and some choice. And they say, I don't like listening in the classroom. I would rather learn on the internet. And so they say, okay, I will learn on the internet. Maybe another person says, no, I like to listen to the teacher lecture. And so maybe they choose to do that. So there's choices. You have many choices as an employee of what you do. Although the focus of IBM is on e-learning. And they really were trying to put most of the learning onto the internet or onto self-learning. And not so much on classroom learning. Why not classroom learning? Anybody, why would you? How many of you like e-learning? No, I think not too many. How many like the classroom? Classroom? Yeah. I think, especially if you're a baby boomer, you like the classroom. But why doesn't IBM like the classroom? Why not? Time, it takes a lot of time. Yeah, it takes a lot of time. Hours, your whole day is gone, right? You're here all day today. Whole day gone. So it takes time. What else? Right? Cost-effective. Cost a lot of money. You're not working today. You're not making anything today. You have to pay me. You have to pay for the building. You have to pay for the AC. Everything is costs a lot of money. So it costs money. Takes a lot of time. What else?
Flexibility. Flexibility.
Flexibility. Yeah, there's no flexibility. You'll be here Monday, 9 o'clock. That's it. No choice. No flexibility. Okay? If you are tired or you're sick, you miss. You don't come. Okay? So those are all good reasons, but the classroom is not such a good place. It's you have to spend money for a place. It's not flexible. It's not cost effective. It's not time effective. It's very slow. It's very expensive, and it's not flexible. So for most companies, doing the classroom is probably becoming the last choice, not the first choice. And if you want flexibility, if you want a low cost or lower cost, and if you want faster activity speed, then e-learning is a wonderful way to go, or something on the internet. The problem with e-learning